Hey guys, Xzet here. Thanks for watching my second video. As promised, a bit of information and review towards Guild Wars 2. This is my level 14, I think it is. Yes, level 14 ranger that I have created towards PvE. I'll get a bit more in depth with PvP in my next video. This one here is pretty much just to help everyone that started up a bit of information that it took me to find out, and I hope it gives you a head start towards the UI and how things work. We'll start off with what we can see in front of us. So the chat box down here in the bottom left, self-explanatory. You click it, you type away, you press enter, and Bob's your uncle. There are certain types of commands you can use, but besides that, it's not very important. Now, your main action bar. Now here, it's like a lot of MMOs that people play. It's your action bar and the attacks that you use. The first 5 attacks here are dependent on what class and what weapon you have. For example, right now I'm using a longbow, so my attacks are for a longbow. But keep in mind, with this game you can carry more than one weapon for some classes. So if I swap to a two-handed sword or a great sword, my attacks changed, as you just seen there. I'll do it again, you can change and it sees. So obviously with this it's dependent on class, but the great thing about it is depending on what you're fighting, or if it's in PvP, the game is so versatile, it just changes on the spot. You could be fighting someone with a great sword and all of a sudden run away and they think you're running, you turn around with a bow and start shooting them. It's such a good idea, it really is. It takes a little bit to get your head around, but it is a good idea. The bar on top of my main action bar is actually for my pet commands as a ranger. For other classes it will be different. I won't get into too much detail about that. The big circle in the middle here, yes, you guessed it, it is your health bar. I currently have 898 health. It will drop as you die, so make sure you keep an eye on that. The yellow bar here is your energy. Now your energy allows you to dodge attacks. Yep, so in this game you can actually dodge attacks, whether or not it's for PvP to get out of the fire, or to dodge someone's attack, or whatnot. It is a great thing, but you cannot just spam it because it does run out. So all you simply do is just double tap on the keyboard of what way you're going, and that's how it does that. It's very good for PvP, especially when you're running low on health and you need to get out of there, and you do have that energy to use. You can roll out of there. On the other side of your action bars, you have your healing. It is there. It's fantastic. You heal for yourself as a ranger. It also heals your pet, but that is a heal. Like I said, class dependent. The other 4 ones here, they're actually cooldowns or traps, or they're special abilities per class, and they unlock as you level up, so they are very important. And as you go through your skill traits, you learn different ones to put in there. They don't change so much about what weapon you have, they just change depending on how you set up your traits and what to use. That's completely your choice of what's there. Enough with the action bar. On the right hand, on the bottom here, is the map. It is pretty cool because you can change it to small size or have it bigger if you like. I prefer it bigger, especially when I'm looking for farming ores or towns or quests or whatnot. So it is pretty good, but it's a nice map. Top right hand corner is your current quests, or if you're walking through the world, a dynamic event pops up. It will pop up there with all the information of what you have to do. It's really self-explanatory and fantastic for questing because you don't feel like you're just grinding. It's always changing and it's right there for you. Moving on, up the top left is your main icons for like all your main settings and bars, etc. So the first one is your game menu. It brings up all your options for exiting the game, logging out, and support, things like that. The next one here, the second one, is the contacts, your friends. So whoever you add in the game as friends, it will come up showing that they're online. One of the great things that they've implemented in this is if your friend is PvPing, depending if you're in the PvP zone or if you're PvEing, you can literally right click on their name and join their PvP match if there's an availability, which is really cool because it saves you queuing or anything like that, or going in there. You can just go straight away to there. Whether or not you're on their team or not, it really does depend, but it is a good option. Good thinking. The next bar is your hero bar, your equipment bar, your page. It's pretty much your page. It shows what type of gear you're wearing, gems, etc. Your water weapons. That's another thing I'll cover. When you go into the water, your weapon changes. Other than that, it also has your current stats for your power, your precision, your toughness, and your fertility. You guessed it, depending on class, is depending on what they actually mean for you, but they are pretty much straightforward. In this tab also there are other additional tabs. Now there's to join the PvP zone, here's to do your crafting if you learn some professions, and sorry about that, also skills and traits. As you level, you can learn skills and use which ones you want to do. There'll be a further guide to that as well. One great feature I do like about Guild Wars is colouring and dyeing. You can colour and dye your gear to whatever colour you like, so you will always look different compared to the other people out there, and I think that's a fantastic feature, especially when I was saying in my last review that I hate people looking the same as you. You know, you want to look different in this game. This game really does have that option of working for gear that looks different, because no one seems to look the same. That's a pretty cool option. Next one is bags and infantry. Pretty straightforward again, just your bags. All your bag space are in there. You can search by name. One good option that they placed in here is a deposit all collectibles, and what it does is it puts all things that are collectibles like mining ores and timbers and whatnot. It can go straight to a safe deposit and it doesn't clog up your bags. Really cool option there. Really impressed by that one. Mail, this one's awesome. You can use your mail whenever you want. You don't need to go to a town to send it in a mailbox, or vice versa, or anything, or to pick it up. It's there. You can send items to your friends. You can send it whenever you like, and you can retrieve it. One awesome thing that they've also opened here is when you're questing, no one likes going out there doing a massive quest and then having to run back to the NPC to get the quest reward. These guys have made it so that the NPC happily mails the loot to you or the coins to you. It's great. It saves so much running around, and it just gets you back into the game to enjoy it some more. Mailing, good option. The next tab is your Black Line Trading Company. I'm not going to get into that, and that's more so about buying things with real life money, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can look into that yourself. The next one is your guild tab. Whether or not you're creating a guild, searching for a guild, or you're in a guild, this tab is all based for your guild. I haven't found out too much about the benefits of a guild, as I am a loner in this world at the moment, but I will find myself a good guild, and I'll get a bit more into that one for you. Last one is World versus World and your stats currently. With World versus World, it's like a PvE based world, so you can go in there as a level that you are, and you help your server fight against other servers towards, I don't know, for example, gathering and wisdoms and medics and holding areas, which is pretty cool. At the moment, Darkhaven are winning, which is pretty cool. I am going to get out of that. The last one are hints and tips. So if you're ever stuck or you need some hints about the game, there's a whole tab there for you, which is pretty handy. I can't say I've had to use it too much because the game has been pretty much, you've learned as you go, but that's about that. Just before I go though, I just thought I'd quickly show you with the water effects. When you jump into the water, as you see, my action bar has just completely changed. So the attacks that I use are completely based on my water typhoon, like Fish Frenzy, which looks pretty cool. You got your shoot backs and whatnot, and my pet instantly changed too because he likes the water, as my dog doesn't. And as you jump out, awesome, water's on the screen. It looks cool. I don't know if you can turn it off, but I think I'd like to leave it there anyway. Other than that, guys, that was a quick review about the UI. I hope it helped you towards any questions you had, or anything about key binding. You can change all the key bindings on your UI. Other than that, I will bring out a new video towards PvP and maybe a bit of PvE as well, a bit more in depth. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.